How to sell as an introvert. A lot of you guys may not know that I actually am an introvert. It doesn't look that way on camera, but I am. And a lot of people think that'll hold them back as a salesperson. In fact, in high school, my teachers congratulated me at the end of high school that they could hear me. I was so soft-spoken and so quiet, no one could hear me. Being an introvert does not actually hold you back as a salesperson. In fact, it's actually an advantage. I'm going to tell you why in this video. Let's dive in. I wanted to learn how to sell in some of the toughest environments, so I went and I became a door-to-door salesman on purpose. And I remember there's a specific, it's towards the end of the summer, and I was so in my head, it was rough. I was beat up emotionally, right? And you can imagine, door-to-door is not easy. For those of you guys who are door-to-door, like, power to you, man. Like, that's not easy to do. Telemarketers, oh, right back at you as well. I did that for a while also. I remember I was still gaining confidence, though, and there was a particular door. I went and I knocked on this door, and this old couple came out. It was actually this older lady. This older lady came to the door, and I was very soft-spoken. And she goes, hello? And I started my pitch, and I was like, hey, how's it going? Here to pest control down the street, 50% off. It's 4 or 5 o'clock. Okay today. It was like that. It was so bad. And she goes, just as I can. And I remember she walked. This is the most embarrassing moment of my life. One of them. She came back and she got her husband. And I did my spiel again. How's it going? 4 or 5 o'clock. Okay today. I started going through it again, and they go. She looks at her husband and goes, he's a little soft-spoken. And they both came out of the front door, and they literally surrounded me right here. And I said it again, and he's like, huh? Like super loud. And I just, oh my gosh, I died. I got out of there so fast. It was terrible. And I remember I was like, I'm never going to do this crap again in my entire life. Okay, the thing is that I was in my head, and I did not understand that really popular salesmen often, salespeople are not extroverts. A lot of introverts are very powerful salespeople, and it's because, so if you're like, I'm a little bit of an introvert, yeah, me too. Russell Brunson is, right? Like really big sales. A lot of salespeople who have made a lot of money are not like highfalutin Hollywood, briefcase, smooth polished, liquid language kind of people. They're just not that way. So what I'm going to give you guys in this video, if you feel like you're an introvert or you just want to see how to sell better, I'm going to tell you guys, especially as an introvert, how to actually set yourself up for success, even though you might be thinking, I'm an introvert, which is a bad thing. It's not true at all. Now let's dive in. All right, the first thing you're going to do, especially if it doesn't matter if you're introvert or extrovert, you have to write a pitch, right? So if you got a product and you're like, I need to start selling more, the amount I sell and I pitch equals the amount of money I make, right? So I got to spend a lot of time pitching. And that's true. That's true. My shirt says resting pitch face, okay? I pitch a lot because I know that's what obviously goes and makes the money. And so you got to write a pitch. Now, the way I like to write a pitch is very much how webinars are popularly done on the internet as well. I like to find 4 stories. And so I find a story that talks about why my thing is a good thing, right? Okay, let's say it's back to that pest control thing just as an example, right? I would talk about how I decided to get in pest control. It's not a long video, it's not a long story, it's not a long thing, but in the video, I'm just briefly saying, hey, here's how I decided to get in the business that I'm in. The second story is really short also. It's a story about the product. And it's a little bit of product education, if you will. It's education briefly about, oh yeah, and so the pest control does this, and the Joneses down the street, they had ants, and it takes care of the ants, and they over there, they had the wasps, and the wasps are gone over there. Bam, done. Doesn't need to be long. The next one after that is abilities. I want to be able to educate them on their ability to have the same amount of results. Yeah, Jones is down the street. I just asked them to leave for 20 minutes. Actually, over there, they didn't even need to leave their house. The stuff we got is so cool. You don't have to leave your house. You can just stay right here. As long as your kids don't lick it, then you're good to go, right? Does that make sense? Then the 4th story we tell is a story about resources, right? And people ask questions about resources. I need some resource-based education. That's the story. And the story is going to be something along the lines of, everyone always asks, hey, is there a contract with this? The answer is no. It's pay to go. It's pay as you go. And so that's it. That's the whole thing right there, because everyone always asks, right? Whatever their big objection is, you just put it up front as these different stories go. Now, I bring this up in this way so that you can know that, especially if you feel like you're an introvert, let me tell you why some people don't like being pitched by extroverts. It's because it's always hypey and get down here right now and here's the big sale. It's that crap. And it feels like, I just need a barrier, shut up, right? And that's what it feels like to people sometimes when an extrovert is pitching. And sometimes extroverts have to work on toning it down so they don't bury the listener. You as an introvert don't have that problem. And because of that, a lot more people, usually out of the gate, have an easier time listening to your pitch. I am actually way more of an introvert than you would think. After stage and events, I usually have to go alone in isolation, usually for the next day or two, because I'm just like, ugh, it's a lot of effort for me. It's way more than if I was an extrovert. That's just how I recharge. So if you're an introvert, it's not a disadvantage. So still write the pitch, do it the same way you think an extrovert would, but just understand that naturally your delivery tends to be less abrasive and like brah, 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 brah in their face, as it sometimes can feel when an extrovert is pitching. Step number 2, get to know quickly. Now this is contrary to what most people think, and it is contrary to, common knowledge. This is not common knowledge. When you're selling, you actually want the person to say no as quick as possible. And that might sound weird, but let me give you an example. Hey, what's up? We're here. We're spraying the Joneses down the street. Getting the truck is half off. So since it's here, it's 50% off. Is 4 or 5 o'clock okay for you today? That was literally my opener. And what do they say? They said, you know what? I got to talk to my spouse. You just got told no. Oh, that took like 30 seconds maybe. And I'm explaining it. Does that make sense? I got to know quick. Why do you need to get to know? No means you just began selling. Thank you for telling me no. Now I know where to focus my pitch on. Oh, don't even worry about it. I understand. Remember, I talked about this before. I understand you got to talk to your spouse. I need to talk to my spouse also for big decisions about this. However, she doesn't like the bugs either, does she? Let's make you the hero today. Come on. It's 4 or 5 o'clock okay today. Let's get some brownie points on that board, eh? Right? Yeah, and I'll just put it right back to the close. And then get, well, does it actually kill bugs? And then that's the next no. And then I get around that one. And then the next no. And I get around that one. And now, you understand, I'm not saying that they're saying no, and then they slam the door and they keep going. All they did was threw up a little tiny objection, and it's your job as the salesperson to actually help them get around it and see why that's, yeah, she doesn't like the bugs either. You're right. Does this make sense? This is the dance of sales. And so get to know quickly. So even if you're an introvert, what's kind of cool is you actually, once you understand what I just said, and rewatch that if you need to, okay? If you understand what I just said, there's a dance of sales between a quick little no and a, you know what, that's not really a big deal. Let's just keep forward to the sale. Okay, you're right. Oh, here's another one. That's not really a big deal. Let's just move towards the sale. When I was in door-to-door, there's a study, there's a really cool stats they're showing us that the best salespeople go through at least 5 of those. And it's not that they're being pushy at all. They're just guiding someone through the decision. That's all it is. And if you're going to make the most money, expect to go through 4 or 5, even up to 7 times, just helping people get past that objection. And that is your job as a salesperson, is to guide them through. So get to know as fast as possible, because that's when selling begins. Hey guys, before I show you how to double your money as a salesperson, it's a good opener right there. Stick with me. I want you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Also in the comments below, we're all salespeople here. Put the funniest, most ridiculous reason someone did not buy from you. I've got some good ones. All right, you've probably heard the phrase, fortune is in the follow-up, and that is a very true phrase. I love Frank Kern. I watched a video from Frank Kern, and he was saying, hey, check this out, everybody. My bank account's got $80,000 in it today, and can I tell you why? I followed up. That's the only reason. If I had not followed up with just the people who had interest, I wouldn't have an extra 80 grand in my pocket today. Whoa. Isn't that interesting? How do you follow up? And how do you follow up as a salesperson? Now, what I want to give you is just a few simple little strategies on natural ways to follow up, themed ways to follow up. So it doesn't sound like you're reaching out to him saying, so, what do you think? Right, because that gets annoying. So you're going to buy? 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 That's a terrible way to follow up. Don't do that, right? I had a sales guy get pissed at me once because I didn't say yes to him. And so he proceeded to get very mad and yell at me. That's not the right way to follow up either. Okay, so here's a few simple ways to follow up that are themed, so you can still follow up, but not sound like a broken record on trying to collect their cash. One of the simplest, most natural ways to follow up with somebody is to remind them what they don't get if they fail to take action now. Meaning, urgency and scarcity. You hear grocery stores and department stores do this all the time. It's buy one, get one half off. Buy one, get one free by midnight tonight. Right? Those are little bonus and cookies for moving forward now. And those are really, really natural ways to follow up without sounding pushy. Right? Following up with someone and say, hey, so what do you think about this? Are we going to do this? Cool. No, I totally get you. You need to think about that. I just want to remind you, though, that if you move on this by today, we can actually toss in X, Y, and Z. But we can't do that tomorrow. So I'm not trying to push you, but I also want you to take advantage of that extra thing. What do you think? right? Does that make sense? I'm just very naturally just going back, and I'm using it as a theme to follow up rather than where's your credit card? That sucks. Another great way that's natural to follow up with people is literally just by sending them testimonials. This is such a good way. Call them case studies, right? Hey, what's up? Just following up with you. Actually, regardless of what you're thinking, I just want to send you a really cool case study we just got from somebody who just got this, and I thought of you because he actually had a really similar problem as you did. Where can I send it? Really easy follow-up. That right there, you're following back up, you're adding a story back in, and in the story somewhere it's going to say, you should probably act on this right now. Right? Again, natural way to follow up without this massive, where's your credit card, right? That sucks for everyone. Another great way is actually educating people on benefits that they get from using the offer. We call these hidden benefits. Hidden benefits they work kind of like this. Oh man, I'm just going to keep it the pest control theme, all right? I got this pest control, but I didn't realize that the pest control was also going to help me save on my power bill. For some reason, we always left the lights on because it scared the bugs. So funny enough, my power bill went down because we actually turned the lights off now. We call it a hidden benefit. I went for this. I didn't realize this hidden thing would come with it also. Those are great ways to follow up and say like, hey, we also found that people get this, and this. When really they bought for that, but you get all this other stuff too. It just kind of comes with the territory. Right? That's another great way to do that. It's a great way to close as well as a salesperson. Hey guys, if you like sales, if you know you're in sales, if you're trying to learn sales, go to capitalismswag.com. Capitalismswag.com, I got a gift there for you. It's free. We just made our Capitalist Pig shirt, our famous Capitalist Pig shirt, free. All we do is we just ask you to cover shipping. So go to capitalismswag.com. You'll get it for free. The link is in the description and the first comment. And what's cool is we actually print and ship those shirts same day as you order so they get to you quickly.